Guys, I want you to meet Cole Nystrom, my assistant. Cole brought me a mix that he had done recently on one of his clients, and I really liked the drums. I really liked the cymbals. So today what I thought is I'd pull up a track by Robert Mackey and AVM and let Cole play a little bit with the cymbals on that and kind of show you what his technique is for cymbals. He's a drummer, and I really liked what he did. So he's been engineering about a handful of months, but I think he's nailed this technique. So check it out, all right? Cole, take it over.
Thanks, Dave. All right, guys, as Dave said, my name's Cole Nystrom. I'm his new assistant. I'm gonna go through how to treat cymbals today. So real quickly, let's just dive right into it. Let's just play the track as it is right now. Cool. So let me show you what we started with. We're going to be focusing on cymbals, so why don't I just solo those for you guys right now. This is what we were given. Okay, so it sounded pretty good. So let's dive first off into the overheads. One of the main things that I was noticing is that the crash hits really seem to stick out. So what I did just to treat that section was to bring it down a little bit with just a simple compressor from McDSP. Knocking it off, you know, say maybe about 6 dB. You know, have a fairly slow attack and fairly fast release. So that's with the compressor. That's without it. With it again, you can kind of hear how it just evens it out a little bit. Then after that, ran it through an SSL. Just wanted to brighten it up a little bit. So, and also take out some of the low end, just make it a little bit more pronounced. And also one of the other things I did is I went into the mid-range pretty much from say about 1.5K up to 8K. I took a little bit out of that room, mainly to give more energy to the vocal, more room for the energy in the vocal, and also for the rest of the drums as well. Now let's look at what we did with the rooms. This is what we were given with the rooms. Sounds pretty cool, a little bit dark, but let's kind of go through the process of what we did to treat those. So first off, we went in and we took off, you know, a little bit of the top end actually, to make it just seem a little bit darker and actually pushed farther back into the mix. And we also took out some of the mid-range again, as we said earlier, give some more room to the rest of the drums and mainly the vocal. And also, you know, heavily compressed it as well too, did a 5 to 6 to 1 ratio, and knocking off a good amount of dB, probably anywhere from 10 to 12 dB that we're knocking off. And then to make the room sound a little bit bigger, we actually ran it through this SPL transient designer and cranked up the sustain a little bit to actually make it seem like the room is a little bit bigger. So let's see how the overheads and just those rooms sound just as they do right now. Cool, cool. I'm really digging how that's going right now. So we also had this room that was pretty much mono. It was probably, you know, about, just guessing, 15-20 feet from the kick. So wanted to keep that sound, but also, you know, kind of make it a little bit dirty and gritty at the same time. So this is what the mic sound is it was given to us. Really cool. Like I said, it's kind of got that dark tone like the rooms did. So let's kind of dive in and see what we did with that. We used this Devil Lock from Sound Toys and used a little bit of the crush and the crunch. Pretty much we're adding distortion or third harmonics to pretty much bring out some of the crunchiness and the dirtiness of it. So let's see how that sounds with the Devil Lock. Can really hear in that kick and that snare just how much it really brings out. So also after that we ran it through once again an SSL. just took off a little bit of the low end, rolled off some of the top, and once again, like we've been talking, taking out some of the mid-range to give that room for the vocal, let that really stand out. Also just compress this one very lightly, probably about 3 to 6 dB. So let's hear how all three of them sound together. Also on the drum bus, we added a clairphonic to kind of clean up the top end, make it a little bit more pronounced. So let's see how it sounds with the clairphonic. Sounds nice and clean and pronounced now. I'm really liking that. So this is how the drums sound after all the treatment and everything that we just went over in the track. Cool. So just a real quick recap of what we did. We tried to make the cymbal crashes, especially the crash cymbals, not stick out as much, have them a little bit more even, more pronounced, and also trying to give a little dirtiness and something in the room mics to actually make it stand out a little bit more and give a little bit of a different tone. So why don't you guys go through this, check out some of the ideas that we went over today, and use it for your own and see what you guys do with it. Let us know. All right.